The other thing I wanted to share was only the other day, and it's not a healer, but it was another aspect that came through, and it came in a dream again. I was in a dream where, you know, I'm running trying to get to this airport with these tickets, and I've only got minutes to get there, and these people say, we go this way, and I run to go that way with them, and it ends up being the wrong way, and I'm thinking, oh no, I'm going to be lost. I won't be able to get there in time. I'm trying to get around. So I could feel this sense, and they didn't really care. So I get this sense of real loneliness, and I'm on my own, and no one really cares if I get there or not. So that was one deep aspect that I could see. But as I'm going to get there, I watched this lady. There was a Rosella, like a parrot. It had landed into this window, and it had dropped at this lady's feet as I'm going past her. And I look at her, I'm like, oh no, the Rosella. And she kicks it. She kicks the bird, and the bird's wings broken and some feathers fly. I'm like, oh, you know, as I'm still trying to get to this thing, I'm like, oh, why would she do that? Why would you hurt something like that? So I go off, and I wake up in a real state of anxiety. A lot of other things happen, but I just want to focus on the Rosella, because when I went back into the dream, and I'm like, what's that bird? And it was, so I look up Parrot, and there's this beautiful Rosella that, like, you know, bigger version of it. And I'm like, it's one of the laughters. And when I go back in and become the bird, and it's like the inner child of me being kicked, and no one really cared. There was this depth of inner pain and hurt that I wanted to address that allowed me to cry. I got to cry for the bird, which was crying for my own inner nature and my own inner innocence, you know, that space. And then when I look up the bird, you know, look up what it's about, and it's about jubilant. It's one of the laughters, you know, and it's about celebrating death. That death is something that actually wakes us up into who we truly are. I theoretically used to get that, but with my son passing, I've been through such a deep state of grief that it was a shock, the bird being kicked and me looking at it as a laughter. It was a bit of a wake-up call. Celebrate his life, celebrate death. I connect in with him. I know his soul is there in my heart with my soul. I'm really grateful for the journey and where I'm at. But it's a point of consciousness that I haven't taken myself to truly celebrate not his life, but his death. And it's another perspective that's opened me up. And I'm just exploring that now. So I'm in this whole contemplation of the rainbow bridge, you know, and then there's dreams that are coming with rainbows, or I go outside and there's a rainbow, you know. I'm like, oh, there's something more in here that I don't truly know what it is yet, but I love the contemplation. And I love that if it wasn't for the bird and what happened with it, that I wouldn't have been disturbed enough to explore it. So that's my way of addressing some of the animals and creatures and experiences.